Well, hello. Today we are going to get to my 1972 Sporty and have a look what is inside the heads. I was going to go riding, but the weather is kind of on and off. Raining, no raining. The hill, I don't know, you can see it's all nice and cloudy, and it was supposed to be go to a hot rod show, another car show, but I've seen some cars, 2 events last weekend, and I'm over cars, to be honest. So it's finally a garage day. So now we need to take the 79 off the cradle, put the red one on, and start taking things apart. It is going to be venturing into familiar but new, well, as in a bike I haven't touched almost, territory. I have rebuilt the bottom part, but I have not looked into the top of the engine, so it'll be very interesting to see how well the valves are seated and all that what comes with it. So as much as I'm kind of tired and lazy today, I better get onto it. So let's get wrenching. Okie dokie, so bikes are swapped. Now what we're gonna do is take the cover off, potentially take the carb off, take the tank off, take the push rods out, and then we can start disassembling the top of the heads. Yeah, not exactly want to do it right now, but I have nothing better to do, so there is no better time than present. So with this bike, with this red one, the difference between a blue 1970 and 1972, the red one, is that when I measured compression on the blue, I was running almost 150 psi. Stock compression is about 110, 115 maybe. Where when I tried to measure compression on a red one, which is kickstart only, the XLCH, I could only get around 50 compression. The bike runs really well, she's super fast, she's super fun, but sometimes when you try to kick her in, there is almost no resistance on your kickstart. You can just keep, when she's hot, when she's warm, you can just turn, that was a good hand motion, eh? You can just turn the kicker over and over without not feeling when you are on a compression stroke. So it was worrying me for a bit, but then I have talked to people, and we have maybe figured out that because it's XLCH and the cams are real wide, it's not like a conical lobe, or how you call it, tear shaped. It's a very square, very wide cams. So what can happen is that when the valves are closing, the other ones are already opening, so you don't get the full length of the compression. So there is already, it's almost like a compression release. But she just became a bit harder to start lately, which could be just timing. But I've been contemplating to open the top of the heads anyway for a long time. So I just want to go and have a look, and might need to change oil, and if I drain the oil from the pan, I might figure out if I can reseal the bottom drain bolts, because she is the worst on the leaking department. Always have a pan of oil underneath, so and you can tighten them. I know if you talk to the Ironhead guys, you can tighten the drain balls as much as you want, and get a new copper washers and all that, and she's just gonna leak. And yeah, so we'll figure it out and see where we're at. So stop talking, Mario, and get to work. Maybe I got a bit overzealous and panicking that something's wrong, something's not doing well and all that. And I forgot. It's been probably a bit of a while since I since I was fixing a bike or setting it up. I should have checked first what my push rods are doing. You know, with these bikes, you kind of need to check them every 500 kilometers or something, and in New Zealand, just going to over the hill and back, it's already 200 kilometers almost. So I do a 1.5 ride, and I should already check stuff. So so far, well, the reason I'm saying this is this. I have it all the way down and I can't spin. I barely spin the push rods. The rear one, the intake is moving, but it's so tight. The front one, it's just barely. It's so tight. No wonder she's so hard to start, because the exhaust valve is almost always open. And yeah, so what I am going to do at the moment is, just because I have no energy to start taking engine apart right now, I think I'm going to put it all together, check the carb since it's out, check everything, make sure it's all sealed and I have no intake leaks and whatnot, and put it back together. And it's not much of a story, is it? Except that start simple, just like last time. You remember when I thought I blew the engine up and the base bolts, the base nuts came off? Since then I put the spring washers in, so they are nice and tight, and I also use a Loctite on it. So yeah, I'm gonna put it together, recheck the timing, recheck everything. Might get to changing oil, we'll see how far we get to, and yeah, just put it together and maybe go for a ride, I don't know, but yeah. And another lesson learned is that not always you feeling like wrenching. Hey, sometimes you just do things because you have free time, but not always you feel freaking up to it. And as I talking to you, I just found another Another bolt is loose. I think bottom cover is also loose. I'm just gonna check everything up and make sure everything is solid. You see, I haven't even seen how they done this. Why there is a gap and why there is this little rubber thing. Huh. It's an interesting thing. I have not noticed it before. Never mind. Okay. What do you say? Reset. Reset. Put it back together. And yeah. Just go riding. No point fixing things if it's not broken, is it? Now here's the question for you guys and ladies, if any of you watching. Is there an easy way to shove the body in there? I did it before, did it a few times, but it's always kind of muscle work. The stronger will survive. But is there an easy way to shove the, what is it called again? My brain is blank right now. Remind me, write it down. Oh yeah, you don't work with this every day, you kind of forget. Manifold. Something. Is there an easy way to shove it in there? Spit on it as an, lubrication is everything. I don't know. That always puzzled me, how you can put a manifold inside without any troubles. Well, as you see, I'm still running the Harley Davidson carburetor. Maybe in the future I'll give it a shorty SNS. I have one, but I was saving it for the project behind me. I was gonna put a carb in there, the SNS. So when we talk about carbs, let's have a look. Actually, I'll put it down on the floor. So the blue one, 1970, I am still running the original 1970 Bendix, and this Bendix is even more peculiar because where is your main jet what comes in there, main screw, whatever, it's sealed in. So you can't take it out or adjust it in any particular way. So I actually, when I was building this bike, I have bought a kit where you can re-drill it, tap it, so you can adjust your main screw. But it's been running fine, so I didn't really see a need for it. This black one, the 1979, by the looks of it, it's still... it's also the Harley Davidson carb. Can we see anything? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's the same carb as on my 72. So this baby will at some point run the SNS. Yeah, it is same carb, has the same little round patch on the top. I welded a piece of tubing or bar with a nut to adjust the idle screw easy enough, rather than having a screwdriver all the time. So that was that's fine. And I did buy the, what is this? That screw. I bought it longer because it was reset underneath. It might be the same on this bike. You see, it's sunken inside down there. So to adjust the, is that the one of the jets, the idle jets, whatever, that's, it's set underneath. I know you don't have to particularly fiddle with it all the time, but I just thought if I have an easy access, it'll be better. But you can buy those extra long ones. So yeah, if you have, well, man, I'm talking too much. If you have an idea or knowledge how to put the manifold between the heads easy, let me know. Write it down in a comment. I would gladly appreciate a little hint. Saliva gets you only so far. So okay, let's get spit on it and try to shove it in there. Muscles. Okay, so yeah, with having a metal strap on it, no chance, no way. I tried and tried and I sweated and sweated, so I took one of the straps off, and now I was able to slip it in there. So now just so easy to do. I need to put that slip on somehow to thread it in there and tie it together. It has a bit of a pressure, so I think that's how I did it last time too, but it was a pretty big mission to try to put the thing back on, but at least it's done. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Yeah, I got it on the thread. Probably just one thread holding it together. Oh, little fingerinos. Okay, now let's tighten it up together. Bloody hell. Carb is back on. Tank's back on, coil is back on. I'll put the plug cables in soon. This is all done. Now I'm gonna take the cover off and recheck the timing. If I remember correctly, I should not forget that when you're setting up points, you have the mark on the flywheel on the advanced mark. When you are doing electronic timing, just like is on this bike, it's on the TDC mark, which should be a little dot. So I have to remember that. And I have my little handmade light. Oh, come on. There we go. That's my little test light. So we'll put it onto, you can put it in a one terminal, but I usually put it on both coil terminals if I'm able to clip it in. This way, come on fingers, you can do it. There you go. So I'll clip it to the both coil terminals, and that way I am pretty sure that you can put it on one terminal and then earth it, but I think if I have it on both, it works the same, so I don't have to figure out which one to connect and which not. So let's connect it up there. My little light is there. Gonna take this open, put the bike on the compression stroke on the front cylinder. Generally, you notice that I put the push rods back in, but I'll just feel it with my fingerinos, and yeah, we'll give it a little tune and then start her up, hopefully. And hopefully she kicks in not on a 50th time, but hopefully on 3 primers and a 1 will be running. I'm already smiling like it's happening. Eh? It's as I say, don't say hop before you jump. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay, let's tune it. Okie dokie, friends. We have the front piston on a TDC. I don't know if you can see it, but there is a piston right there on top. Here on this hole you can see the piston is a little bit deeper, but as you can see we are right on the top, and to confirm it we have a little dot in a hole there, which means our TDC, top dead center mark. So we are set up, and interesting thing happened. I have taken the cover off from the timing. This is our timing module, and do you notice something peculiar? You can write downstairs into the comments what is amiss there. Do you see these little shreds of a spring in there? I am pretty certain it shouldn't be there. So I think that the reason why the bike wasn't starting that easy is that our automatic advance is buggered inside there, hence the springs flying out. So the advance weights can't open, or vice versa, I don't know. I need to take this all apart and see what the hell happened inside. What I have discovered is that the springs on your advance weights should look something like this. There is a spring missing on this side, but there is a little spring which should open. The faster the engine goes, the advance weight opens, and it does what it needs to do. I can't explain it, my brain doesn't work, but this is what my advance flyweights look like. So the spring's gone for a little trip. Okay, lucky for us, we have a bunch of springs, yay! So I'm gonna take this apart, take this off, clean it up and put new weights in. Give this a clean. There is a little bit of shredded aluminium, I think, from when the springs were scraping the side of the casing, so we don't want that. Clean up. Hey, fingers. Sweet. I'm gonna grease it up, and before I put the springs on, these are pretty much done. And what should we go? We have 3 twin JP cycles. I'll leave the twin for later. Let's use the JP cycle ones. Scissorinos. And the groove is around there. This will slip in through there. So, and now we have to put this little hoop around this member. It's a longer arm, and you can see there, right here, that slips through this little pinhole, and a hook makes it stop coming out. And then this little ear we put around the stud there. And now our advanced weights are fully assembled, so I'll put them back in and we shall continue. When I bought this bike, it had this powerhouse ignition module in here, but the wires were all broken off, so I ended up drilling it all out. You couldn't see the wires, they were so stuck in, so I ended up drilling all the aluminium out until I exposed about 1 millimeter of wire, and then soldered a new cable to it. And then resined all around. So I was just hoping it's gonna work, and it did. So so far we're running the module. It's not very flash. It's probably the simplest timing mechanism, well, past the points you can get these days. So but it works, so I'm using it for now. Okay, so the flyweights are fixed and they are back in there, and now we're gonna put this all together and then we give it time. One thing I do is that if you can see, there is some Sharpie marks, so when I do my timing I usually do a little Sharpie mark on a unit and on the case underneath, so I have a guide. If anything shifts, if anything is amiss, I can have a quick look and just see if something moved out of the way. So that's just my little private trick, what I usually do with all my timing. If the marks are allowed, then I retime it, I'll do a new marks, but that's kind of how I go. Okay, let's put it all together. When I was building this bike, I didn't really have many things, and if you want to order anything new, even if it's a tiny little part, you have to order it from the States and generally wait any time over, sometimes even a month or two for something to arrive. So when it comes to these little knobs, I have decided to weld my own. And as you can see, it's actually 3 nuts welded together on a piece of bolt. And I cut a little slit through so I can put a screwdriver in there. So then my little homemade holding nut for the mechanism. You do what you're gonna do, eh? Now I am not exactly sure with the mechanism whether the 2 narrow points and 2 wide points are in this direction or the other way around, but I guess we'll just have to turn the bike on and time see if the light goes off. So if it doesn't, I know I'll have to flip it around. Okay, it's not working. Investigate. Yeah. What am I doing wrong? Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so as in many cases I am wrong. So I had the wire connected to the part of the coil and the other side of the coil, which didn't work. And I said, oh yeah, that's how I do it all the time. And it didn't work. So now I have one connection there and one to the earth. And now when I wait a second, cables everywhere. I put my light there, I turn the key on, we have a light there. So okay, we'll go back to timing it proper. Okay, I'll try to put the wire on the other coil. Is that gonna make a difference? Let me think about it. Yeah, it's gonna be easy. I'll just do this and then. Please, Mario doesn't know what he's doing. Man, it's so much easier with points. Hey, you know what you're doing. They are there. It's simple. But this electronic shit, bloody hell, I'm always confused. Anyhow, I'm gonna have a little fiddle and get a chair so I can figure out what I'm doing and what I'm doing wrong. Okay, be back in a mo. I should know this by heart by now, eh? But maybe she didn't run so well because I have done it such a long time ago. Okay. I'm quite this YouTube stuff is quite good. I actually rewatched my old video about this bike, how I was tuning and I'm thinking, oh, duh. I was kind of half right, you know. So yes, one cable goes on one side of the coil, the other one goes to the earth, and it just confuses me when it doesn't work out as it should on a first go. So yes, let me go back to this timing thing. We have the lights now, the lights on, and as soon as you advance it, the lights should go off. That's your point of timing. See, I am slightly too forward, so I can always move the back plate a smidgen forward. I'll go the other way. Oh, not yet. Okay. So timing's done. I will check everything. I am going to put the plugs in and give her a whirl and see where we at. And then I'll put everything together and might go for a quick spin. It's kind of half raining, half not, but yeah, let's give it a go. How many kicks do you think we're gonna get? Don't count the 3 primers. We'll do 3 primers and then what? Take a guess. I am going to trust myself and believe myself, and I am going to say 1 on the first kick. She will go. What do you think? Write it down. Let's do it. Okay, 3 primers, key on, there we go. Oh, wrong.
squad, yeah, we were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough, keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah, we were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Say it to them with the old plan, they know that we're gonna
Alright. Oh, she's starting. Still not in the first kick, but not bad. I do have to fiddle, don't I? Alright, so we didn't get to take the top of the engine off today, and I think better timing than ever before. So she's fun. You know, I built this bike to sell, and as soon as I started riding the bike, I just kind of fell in love. She is totally different beast to the 1970. I don't know how, I don't know why. Maybe it's just the handlebars, what they do to it, you know. It's a bigger engine, it's more racy engine. The 70s a bit slower. Maybe the backhorn style handlebars gives you the 1970s flair for speed, and yeah, she is a blast. Still, I don't know if you noticed, I don't know if it's gonna be in the video, she was losing power at the high speed, and there's just no petrol going in. That damn petrol kit, I'll have to explore and figure it out. There are all 3 petrol cabs on each bike. This one is supposed to be breathable, but whatever's inside, I don't know if it works. When I take my 70s cap, it's all made of steel, and you hear it. You hear that little ball moving in there and allowing the air come in. This, oh yeah, this one is screw top, so it's a different cap. Oops. But as you notice, they all have a little breather tube, like overflow, I think. So it all leads out. So the blue tank does have the same thing. This red one doesn't have the tube in there, and I'm sure I had another cap. I bought 2 of them from 2 different places, and they were exactly the same. So I don't know. I might take these clips off and have a look inside if there is anything I can change. I think I already took it. I even made a video about the bloody cap. But if you guys have a suggestion how to make the petrol cap more breathable. Kindly appreciated. And I'm giving you so many instructions to write down in the comments about everything what I need to know. But you guys been really awesome, giving me a bunch of pointers. So yeah, I'll just keep doing that. Anyhow, she's running. She's fun. Yeah, she might be a bit tricky to start on occasion, but it'll be alright. That's okay. That's what the old bikes are. I'm happy. So I'm gonna put her back to the side, put the black bike back into the cradle, and then just wait for the parts to start stripping it down. So and ride these two. So anyhow, I'm off. Thank you for watching. This was an interesting episode. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Push your buttons, do your things. Not your buttons, push the buttons on the computer to say that you watched it and you liked it or whatever it does. Man, I'm still new to this YouTube stuff, even almost a year since I started doing it in January. Anyhow, alright, be awesome. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And I'll see you on the next one. See ya.